True faith is not the total absence of questioning. It is the resolve to trust regardless. It is not about possessing every solution. It is about leaning on the one who holds them. As you wake, you face a decision. You can allow the unknown to freeze you. Or you can stake your ground and whisper, "I believe," even when the horizon is foggy. Bravery is not the lack of trembling. It is belief putting on its work shoes, stepping out despite the knot in your chest. In this morning prayer, you are not just seeking a smooth road. You are seeking the strength to know He is present, walking ahead even when the path is dim. Close your eyes now, breathe deeply, and let us begin. Gracious and sovereign Lord, as the light of this new day breaks, I come before you. I am not here to present a scroll of grievances or to pour out a spirit heavy with fretfulness. Instead, I step into your presence with a proclamation. I come to plant my feet on the solid rock of your truth. In this quiet moment of morning prayer, I declare my trust in you. I believe in your enduring goodness, even when life feels incredibly heavy. I believe in your perfect design when I cannot perceive the very next step in front of me. I believe in your unfailing affection when everything in my world feels unstable and shifting. Father, I believe you are exactly who Scripture says you are. You are the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning of my story and the author of its conclusion. I believe you possess the ability to do exactly what you have promised. Your words are not empty syllables, they are bonds of truth. Your power knows no boundaries, and your love is the most authentic reality in the universe. Even when my emotions try to convince me otherwise, and even when my current situation screams a different narrative, I make the conscious choice to believe your report over the report of the world. I believe you hold benevolent blueprints for my journey, God. When the fog is so thick that I cannot see my destination, I believe you hold the map. When the trail seems to disappear beneath the weeds of confusion, I believe you are the waymaker. My heart anchors itself to the promise found in Jeremiah 29:11, where you whisper to my spirit, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope and a future." Father, I stand on this. I believe your intentions for me are purely good. Even when the tapestry of my life looks like a mess of tangled threads from my perspective, I believe you are weaving a masterpiece on the other side. Even when I cannot comprehend the why or the how, I believe you are actively working in my circumstances, right this very second. Even when the season feels stagnant, even when progress seems invisible, and even when I feel trapped in a waiting room of life, I believe you are moving powerfully behind the curtain. In this practice of Christian prayer, I affirm that you are arranging events, softening hearts, and orchestrating divine intersections that I am currently unaware of. You are aligning the right people, the right resources, and the right timing for your will to be done. I trust that while I am sleeping, you are working. While I am waiting, you are preparing. My eyes may not see the movement yet, but my soul knows the mover. I believe that you are turning the soil of my life, preparing it for a harvest that is yet to come. I trust in your timing, your method, and your heart. Father, I believe you are the God who leans in to listen. I believe you hear every single prayer that rises from my spirit, whether it is spoken in a cathedral or sighed in a kitchen. When the words pour out of me with ease and clarity, you are there. And when I'm choking on my own emotions, unable to string a coherent sentence together, you are still there. When I'm shouting from the mountaintops with a voice full of triumph, you hear my praise, and when I'm curled up in the quiet, whispering through the salt of my tears, you hear my pain. I believe you catch every syllable and every silence. I believe you are intimately concerned with every detail of my existence, no matter how insignificant it might appear to the watching world. You care about the things that keep me awake at 2 a.m. You care about the small worries that nag at the back of my mind and the fleeting hopes that flutter in my chest. Nothing is too small for your attention because nothing about your child is trivial to you. I believe you are infinitely stronger than the mountains I am facing today. Lord, whatever obstacles loom on my horizon, whatever storms threaten to break on my shore, whatever complexities arise in my relationships or my work, I believe your power is superior. I believe you can navigate what I cannot navigate. You can manage what is unmanageable to me. You can solve the riddles that leave me baffled. God, I believe you love me with a fierce and tender love exactly as I stand in this moment, not as the version of myself I hope to be in 10 years, not as the person I think I should be, but as I am right now, flawed, unfinished, and in process. I believe your affection for me does not fluctuate based on my performance chart. It is not tethered to my perfection, my productivity, or my ability to keep all the plates spinning. Your love is the solid ground beneath my feet, constant, unconditional, and utterly unchanging. It is a love that saw me at my worst and still chose me. In this simple act of Jesus' prayer, I rest in that acceptance. I do not have to earn my way into your presence. The door is already open. I believe you have already equipped me with everything I essentially need for this 24-hour journey, Lord. It may not look like everything I want in my flesh, but it is everything I truly require for my spirit. I believe you will dispense wisdom like manna when I stand at a crossroads of decision. You will infuse strength into my bones when I feel the weight of the world pressing down. You will pour peace like a river into my mind when anxiety tries to build a dam. I believe you are the master artist, who can use even my smudged strokes for a beautiful picture, even when I stumble, even when I make choices that miss the mark, even when I fail to live up to my own standards. I believe you are not done with me. You can turn my failures into classrooms of grace. You can transform my setbacks into setups for a greater redemption. A gratitude prayer rises in my throat because I know you do not waste my pain, you repurpose it. I believe you are weaving a narrative that includes my mistakes, not as the end of the story, but as plot twists that lead to your glory. Your grace is not just a safety net, it is a trampoline that propels me forward again. I believe that nothing can separate me from this love, not my past, not my present struggles, nor my fears for tomorrow. You are the God who stays. You are the Father who remains. And in this love, I find the courage to be honest, to be vulnerable, and to be healed. Father, I believe that you are the great provider of my soul. In a world that constantly tells me I need more status, more security, more possessions, I choose to believe that you know exactly what is required for my journey. I believe you have already prepared the supplies for the expedition of this day. It may not always align with the checklist of my desires or the timeline of my ambition, but I trust that it is everything I truly need to thrive in your spirit. I believe you are not a distant observer, but an active participant in my sustenance. You provide the very breath in my lungs before I even ask for it. I believe that when I come to you in this dedicated time of morning prayer, I am aligning my heart with your resourcefulness. I believe you will grant me the specific wisdom I lack when I am standing in the valley of decision, when the road forks and I am paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong turn. I believe your counsel will be a lamp to my feet. When my own understanding is clouded by emotion or fatigue, I believe you will grant me clarity that cuts through the fog. I believe you will provide strength that is not my own when my knees feel weak, and a peace that defies logic when my mind is racing with what-ifs. Lord, I believe in the alchemy of your grace. I believe you possess the miraculous ability to use even my blunders for a greater good. Even when I stumble and fall, even when my judgment is flawed, even when I act out of fear rather than faith, I believe you are powerful enough to redeem it all. You do not discard broken vessels, you mend them with gold. I believe you can take the wreckage of my bad choices and build a foundation for future wisdom. You can transform my regrets into resolve. You can take the very things I'm ashamed of and turn them into a testimony of your mercy. I believe that nothing in my life is wasted in your hands, not the tears, not the waiting, not the failures. Your word anchors me in Romans 8:28, declaring, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." Father, I cling to that promise today. I believe all things means exactly that, all things. The bitter and the sweet, the victories and the defeats, the open doors and the slammed windows. I believe you are working them all together into a tapestry of benevolence, even when the thread currently in my hand feels rough and dark. I believe the full picture is one of redemption. I believe you are the master weaver who knows how every strand connects. I believe you are orchestrating a symphony where even the discordant notes of my past will resolve into a harmonious future. You are working in the silence. You are working in the chaos. You are working when I am asleep and when I am striving. I believe that because I love you and am called by you, there is no pit so deep that your purpose cannot reach me. and no detour so long that your grace cannot reroute me. I trust in your ability to bring beauty from ashes. Father, I believe with all my heart that you are walking with me every single step of this long and winding way. Lord, there are moments when the silence of the world feels deafening, when I feel utterly alone in a crowded room, or when I feel forgotten by those I thought would always be there. In those moments when it seems like no one truly understands the depth of what I am going through, the hidden battles, the unspoken fears, the quiet sacrifices, I believe you are right there beside me. You are closer than my own breath. You never leave me, never abandon me to figure it out on my own, and never stop caring about the details of my experience. Your presence is the constant thread running through the fabric of my days, Lord. I believe you will grant me the courage I need for whatever giant I must face today. When the voice of fear whispers in my ear, "You are not capable, you are not enough, you cannot do this," I believe you whisper back with greater authority, "Yes, you can. Because I am with you." When doubt tries to convince me that my strength is depleted, I believe you remind me that your strength is made perfect in my weakness. I am not relying on my own limited reserves, I am tapping into your infinite power. I believe you will guide my steps today, God, with precision and care. When I come to the crossroads of life and the signposts seem blank, when I do not know which way to turn, I trust you. When I face decisions that could alter the course of my future and feel paralyzed by the uncertainty of the right choice, I believe you will be my compass. When I need direction and the path ahead seems obscured by the fog of confusion, I believe you will show me the way to go. You will light the path just enough for the next step, teaching me the essence of walking by faith and not by sight. I believe you see potential in me that I am often blind to myself, Father. When I look in the mirror and focus on my limitations, my past failures, and my inadequacies, I believe you see my possibilities. When I think about what I cannot do, I believe you are thinking about what you can do through me. When I feel ordinary, overlooked, and average, I believe you see someone extraordinary waiting to emerge, someone sculpted by your grace for a specific mission. I believe you have work for me to do today, Lord, kingdom work, whether it is something massive that everyone sees or something small and quiet that only you witness. Whether it is a public victory or a private act of kindness. Whether it is something I have been preparing for all my life or something completely unexpected that drops into my lap this afternoon. I believe you have purposes for my life that matter deeply in your kingdom. I am not an accident. I am an assignment. God, I believe, you can open doors that no human hand can shut. When opportunities seem impossible to reach, when the doors of advancement appear to be double-locked, when the pathways to my dreams look blocked by mountains of red tape or rejection, I believe you can make a way where there seems to be absolutely no way. I stand on the promise of your word in Revelation 3:8, which declares, "I know your deeds, see. I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut." I believe in the power of that open door. I believe you open doors at exactly the right time, not a moment too soon, not a second too late. I trust that if a door is closed today, it is because you are protecting me or preparing me for a better entrance tomorrow. In this faithful practice of Christian prayer, I surrender my need to force things open and instead trust in your master key. You are the God of the breakthrough, the God of the open door, and the God who leads me into spacious places. Father, I believe you possess the unique power to alter the landscape of the human heart, starting with my own. When I look at people who seem unreachable, when I face relationships that feel fractured beyond all hope of repair, or when I feel my own spirit growing cold and cynical under the weight of the world, I believe you are the great physician who can transplant a heart of stone for a heart of flesh. I believe you can soften what has become rigid through years of hurt. I believe you can breathe life into what has been dormant and heal what has been broken by misunderstanding and pride. I believe you're a God of miracles. I do not just believe in the grand, cinematic miracles of the past, the parting of seas or the stopping of the sun, but I believe in the quiet, everyday miracles that sustain my life right now. I offer this miracle prayer to you, trusting that you are still in the business of doing the impossible. I believe in the miracle of a changed attitude in the middle of a stressful day. I believe in the miracle of a restored marriage that seemed destined for divorce. I believe in the miracle of provision that arrives at the 11th hour. I believe that nothing is too hard for you, and absolutely no situation is too far gone for your redeeming touch. I believe you will grant me the spirit of wisdom for every single decision I face. Lord, there are days when the choices before me feel overwhelming, like a maze with no exit, when every option looks equally good or equally dangerous, when I simply do not know the right answer. I believe you will give me the insight I lack. You will clarify my thoughts, align my desires with yours, and give me that gentle nudge in the right direction. I trust that I do not have to rely on my own limited understanding. Lord, I believe you deeply care about my happiness. I believe you are not just interested in my spiritual discipline or my character development. Though those are vital, you are also a father who delights in the joy of his children. You care about my laughter, my rest, and my simple pleasures. I believe you want me to experience the goodness of the land of the living. You want me to find satisfaction in the work of my hands and peace in the quiet of my home. You are the author of joy, and I believe you have designed me to enjoy the life you have so graciously given. I believe you can heal whatever needs healing in my life today. Whether it is a physical ailment that the doctors cannot quite figure out, a deep-seated emotional wound from my childhood, a broken friendship that haunts my thoughts, or a spiritual struggle that leaves me feeling drained. I lift up a healing prayer for every broken place in my soul and body. I believe your power is available to me right now. I believe you want to make me whole, not just functional, but truly whole in every area of my life. You are the balm for my weary soul, and I receive your restoration. Father, I believe you have blessed me with a specific set of gifts and talents for a divine reason. When I look at myself and doubt my own abilities, when I feel like I'm just another face in the crowd with nothing special to offer, when I compare my journey to others and feel painfully lacking, I believe you have given me something unique that the world needs to see. I believe you have placed a specific calling on my life that no one else can fulfill quite like me. I believe you will provide for all my needs. Lord, I trust that you are not a stingy provider, but a generous Father. You will supply not necessarily all my wants or every whim of my heart, but definitely all my true needs. When resources seem limited and the bank account is running low, when bills seem overwhelming and the pressure mounts, when provision seems uncertain and I start to panic, I believe you are my ultimate provider. You own the cattle on 1,000 hills, and you will take care of your own. God, I believe you can turn my greatest weakness into my greatest strength. The areas where I feel most inadequate, most insecure, most incapable, those are the very places where your power shines brightest. Your word says in 2 Corinthians 12:9, "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." I believe in the paradox of your kingdom. When I am weak, then I am strong. I believe your strength is made perfect in my weakness. It is not about me pulling myself up by my bootstraps. It is about me falling into your arms. I believe you have good relationships in store for my future, Lord. Whether it is deepening the bonds of current friendships, healing the strained connections within my family, or bringing new people across my path who will become mentors and companions, I believe you want me to experience loving, supportive relationships. Father, I believe you will help me grow into the person you created me to be when I feel stuck in old patterns of behavior, when I struggle with the same issues over and over like a broken record, when change seems impossible and I feel like giving up on myself. I believe you are patiently and lovingly transforming me into your likeness. You are the potter, and I am the clay. You are shaping me, molding me, and perfecting me day by day. I believe you will use my life to make a difference. Father, even if I never become famous in the eyes of the world, even if I never do anything that makes headlines, even if my impact seems small and local, I believe my life matters to you. I believe my small acts of faithfulness can ripple out and matter to others in ways I may never fully know until I stand before you in eternity. Lord, I believe with a bubbling excitement that you have grand adventures mapped out for my future. When life feels stuck in a grey routine, when the days blur together in a monotonous loop, when I wonder if the best parts of my story are already behind me, I believe you're preparing a plot twist. I believe you have surprises tucked away in the pockets of tomorrow, opportunities I cannot predict, friendships I haven't met yet, and experiences that will reignite the spark in my soul. You are the God of new things. And I trust that my story is far from over. In fact, the best chapters are yet to be written. I believe you are the great restorer. Whatever the enemy has stolen, whatever time has been wasted, whatever opportunities slipped through my fingers, or whatever I have lost along the difficult road of life, I believe you can restore it. You do not just patch up the old, you bring forth something entirely new and often better than what was lost. Thank you, God, for the promise that you can restore the years the locusts have eaten. I believe that in your economy, nothing is ever truly lost forever. It is just being prepared for a greater return. You can give me double for my trouble and turn my mourning into dancing. I believe you are preparing me for something good, something weighty, something that requires the very strength I am building right now. Father, when I go through seasons of drought, when I face challenges that stretch me to my breaking point, when I have to learn lessons the hard way, I believe this is not punishment, it is preparation. You are expanding my capacity. You are strengthening my spiritual muscles so I can carry the weight of the blessings you are about to pour out. I trust the process even when it hurts because I trust the trainer. I believe you celebrate my victories with me. Father, you are not a distant taskmaster waiting for me to fail. You are a loving Father cheering me on from heaven's grandstands. When good things happen, when a prayer is answered, when a dream finally manifests. I believe you are not just watching indifferently. You are rejoicing over me with singing. You are like a proud parent beaming with delight at their child's success. My joy is your joy, and my breakthrough is your glory, God. I believe you can do infinitely more than my finite mind can conceive. When my faith feels small and fragile, when my expectations are capped by my past experiences, when my dreams seem too modest and safe, I believe you desire to blow the lid off my limitations. I offer this miracle prayer to the one who specializes in the impossible. Your word says in Ephesians 3:20, "Now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to his power that is at work within us." I believe in that, immeasurably more. I believe you can exceed what I dare to hope for. I believe you can paint outside the lines of my imagination. You are not limited by my bank account, my education, my connections, or my history. I believe your power working within me is the same power that raised Christ from the dead, and there is no ceiling to what you can do. I am widening my heart today to receive the fullness of your more. I believe this specific day will be saturated with tangible evidences of your goodness, Lord. I am looking for them, in the small overlooked details and the grand undeniable moments, in the quiet pauses and the busy intersections, in the places I expect to find you and in the corners where I least anticipate your presence. I believe I will see your fingerprints on every hour of this day. I am setting my spiritual gaze to recognize your handiwork in the sunrise, in a conversation, in a solution to a problem, and in the peace that guards my heart. Father, give me the holy courage to act on what I claim to believe. Do not let my faith be merely a vocabulary I speak, but a lifestyle I inhabit. Let my belief travel from my head to my hands and feet. When I say I believe you will provide, give me the courage to be generous with what I have, trusting that the well will not run dry. When I say I believe you will guide me, give me the courage to take the next step, even when the staircase is shrouded in mist. When I say I believe you will protect me, give me the courage to step out of my comfort zone and into the unknown territory where you are calling me. Make this powerful prayer the fuel for my actions today. Give me the courage to believe bigger than my logic allows. When my faith feels safe, small and calculated, stretch it until it matches the size of your promises. When my prayers have become routine and predictable, startle me into asking for miracles again. When my expectations feel reasonable and manageable, challenge me to expect the extraordinary, the unprecedented, and the divine. I refuse to put you in a box of my own making. Lord, give me the courage to share the reason for my hope with others, not in a way that is forceful or judgmental, but in a way that is so filled with light that it naturally invites them to experience the hope, peace, and joy that comes from knowing you. Let my life be the most convincing sermon I ever preach. Use my reactions, my choices, and my demeanor as evidence that believing in you makes a real, tangible difference in a human life. Give me the stubborn courage to keep believing when my circumstances violently contradict my faith, God. when what I see with my physical eyes does not match what I claim to believe with my spiritual heart. When the medical report, the bank statement, or the relationship status seems to argue against your goodness. When delays make me question your timing, and silence makes me question your ear. Give me the courage to hold on to faith anyway, to stand like a tree planted by the water, unmovable by the heat or the drought, in the spirit of a true Jesus prayer. I surrender my will to yours and declare my total dependence on you. I believe, Lord. I believe in the integrity of your character. I believe in the reliability of your promises. I believe in the ferocity of your love, and I believe in the absolute sovereignty of your power. Help me to live today in the confidence and courage that comes from truly believing that you are who you say you are, and that you will do what you say you will do. Thank you that my faith does not have to be perfect to be powerful, Father. Thank you that even faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains, that even weak faith can access your omnipotent strength, and that even doubting faith can still experience your wonder. Take my imperfect belief and use it for your perfect glory. Use my belief to inspire others to believe too. Father, let my courage be contagious. Let my faith be a shelter for others. Let my trust in you help others learn to trust you too. I believe. Lord, help my unbelief. Help me to believe more. I have courage. But God, help me to be more courageous. I trust you, Father. Help me to trust you more completely, more deeply, and more fearlessly than ever before. In Jesus' faithful and powerful name I pray. Amen. If this time of reflection brought a sense of calm to your spirit, or settled the storms in your mind, I gently encourage you to share this video with someone who might be needing a touch of hope today. We often walk through life unaware of the silent battles others are fighting behind closed doors. A simple gesture of sharing a message like this could be the very thing that reminds a friend, a family member, or even a stranger that they are seen, loved, and not forgotten. You could be the vessel that delivers a moment of grace to a weary soul. You could be the reason someone feels the warmth of divine love today. I also invite you to subscribe to our channel, Morning Prayers of Grace. We are building more than just a channel here. We are growing a sanctuary, a community of believers who choose to start their day with purpose, intention, and praise. By clicking that subscribe button, you are not just following a page, you are joining a family. You are ensuring that you stay connected to this source of encouragement and keep growing in your faith journey every single day. We are honored to walk this path with you, supporting you through every season of life. God bless you richly in everything you do. May His favor go before you to clear the path. May His wisdom guide your every decision, and may His deep, abiding peace be with you always as you step out with courage into this beautiful day.